A plea deal was reached in the case of a former Pima County Sheriff's deputy who lost his eye during a traffic stop. It happened 3 years ago. The woman arrested for kicking Sergeant Mark Bustamante in the eye has pleaded guilty to 2 charges: aggravated assault and extreme DUI. Like we mentioned, it happened a few years ago. Her sentencing is scheduled for February 3rd.
A woman is expected to be sentenced January 30th after reaching a plea deal this week for a hit-and-run crash. It happened back in May near Sunrise and Hacienda del Sol. Daniela Shelby was arrested after she allegedly hit and killed a 62-year-old man. She pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of the crash Monday. Shelby originally faced additional charges, including aggravated DUI, along with manslaughter. Meantime, former Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos tells us that he's running for sheriff come 2020. He plans to file his paperwork later today at the Pima County Recorder's Office. Nanos lost to Sheriff Mark Napier in 2016 after an FBI investigation. He told KGUN9 that he made the decision after Napier was given that vote of no confidence by the largest union.
Pima County supervisors took on 2 big national issues this week. The first is gun rights. Supervisors voted in support of a resolution for universal background checks when buying a gun. The second issue was a vote to oppose the new Migrant Protection Protocol. MPP sends asylum seekers south of the border to await their hearings in the U.S. Those votes split 3-2 down party lines. The Tucson High School Human Rights Club is protesting plans to put meters on parking spaces next to the school's football field. It thinks it's unsafe for students to be pushed to park in the neighborhoods and have to walk so far to make it to campus. The club also says it's not cost effective for students. Well, when you need help, most of us, you know to dial 911, but there are 3 new digits that we'll soon be able to dial soon.
9 on Your Side's Luz Delia Caballero has more on how the number is aimed to help those with a mental health emergency.
I thought to myself, what took so long?
Dr. Amy Munoz with Kodak Health Recovery and Wellness says changing the number to 3 digits couldn't have come at a better time.
According to the Center for Disease Control, we've seen an increase of 33% in suicides. It's the 10th leading cause of death in the United States currently.
Munoz adds most people aren't embarrassed to call 911 for an emergency, so it should be the same when people call 988 for a mental health emergency. She says the new number will help.
It also reduces the stigma related to accessing care when you're in a mental health crisis. Again, equating it to a medical crisis makes it easier to access, and it makes people want to reach out quicker.
The current 11-digit number, 1-800-273-TALK, routes callers to one of 163 crisis centers. Calls made now using 988 would be directed to one of those crisis centers. Counselors answered 2.2 million calls last year.
What's finally happening, it's certainly relieving to me that it's being acknowledged on that higher level and it's being taken seriously.
Her message to those who need help:
sharing those stories and reaching out when you need will help normalize that care, and you would be less reluctant to not reach out if you just were brave enough to reach out.
Now that next step is going.
All right.
Okay.
Talk some weather. With a look at our forecast for today. Kind of a crummy morning out there. Grab the jacket, April.
Yeah, it's a little warmer, but it doesn't feel like it because that wind is still so strong. We've seen it between 25 and 32 miles per hour sustained at the airport, and you can see it's still at 28. So that 45 does not feel like 45 right now. You're definitely going to want to bundle up. Very dry and very cold wind. It'll stay with us through the afternoon. We'll see some kind of ups and downs, but I anticipate it staying pretty strong, probably till at least the 4 to 5 o'clock hour before it begins to die down. Should be done by tonight, and that's the reason why we're going to get those 30s back. Won't feel a whole lot warmer tomorrow, but a little better without the wind. And even on Friday, as we get back to the upper 60s, we're still going to start the day very, very cold, so make sure you dress in layers. We'll get the 70s back briefly for the weekend, and then another round of rain, maybe just in time for Christmas Eve.